What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. And as always, I invite you guys to like, to share, to subscribe, hit the notification bell. Please make sure that you remain subscribed. And also, there's a super thanks feature that's on all of my videos. If you want to contribute to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Of course, if you don't, that's cool too. I'm just glad you're here. So anyway, guys, let's get into the topic of this video. And this concerns Tim Allen and his comments. He actually made some comments concerning the Lightyear movie. Now, you guys know the Lightyear movie dropped. It was surrounding a little bit of controversy because of what was going on with a same-sex couple and the fact that it wasn't really based upon the Buzz Lightyear character that generations have come to know and love. And of course, the movie flopped because they wanted to go trying to fix something that wasn't broken. And you see way too much of this going on with our IPs and, you know, these stories that we love so much that a lot of us grew up with. You see that these new people come on board and they treat these things like it's their own personal vanity project. They have no responsibility towards these things. They have no dedication towards it. They really don't care about the fan base that has been accumulated and built over all of these years. All that matters to them is what they can wring out of it. And if they want to put their own little political spin on it, or, you know, statements about lifestyles and all that stuff, that's what they want to do, you know. So they sacrifice this art for a statement that they personally want to make. It's almost like they're holding these things hostage. They're hijacking them, you know what I mean? But that's what you got going on. And in this particular case with Lightyear, like I said, of course, it ended up bombing, you know, so people are running around like a chicken with their heads cut off, wondering, you know, oh, how could this be? What happened? You know, let's try to figure this out. It's not that hard to figure out, okay? But we have Tim Allen here who's sounding off, and it might give you just a little bit more perspective about exactly where this thing went off the rails and why I give some respect to him for what he's saying here. And I wish some others had done this, but I'll get into this in a minute. I'll get into that aspect in a minute. Okay, so this was on BuzzFeed.com, and it says here, Tim Allen said the new Lightyear movie has, quote, nothing to do with his original character. It seems kind of, I don't know, he says. The story goes on to say, Tim Allen is talking for the first time about Disney Pixar's latest film, Lightyear, starring Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear. What could go wrong there, huh? America's ass indeed. Tim has voiced Buzz Lightyear throughout the entire Toy Story movie franchise, so when fans heard he was being replaced by Chris Evans, some of them weren't too happy about it, such as Patricia Heaton, who said on Twitter, saw the trailer for Buzz Lightyear, and all I can say is Disney Pixar made a huge mistake in not casting my pal, Tim Allen, in the role that he originated, the role that he owns. Tim is Buzz. Why would they completely castrate this iconic, beloved character? Castrate? Damn, okay, that's a little bit harsh, but probably accurate. And once again, you have a situation where the fans were talking, okay? And who are the fans? They're only the people who have pumped millions, possibly billions, into this franchise. Why would anybody listen to them? Fuck the fans. Let's just do what we want. We have messages that we want to put out there after all. So anyway, for the most part, Tim has remained silent about the new film, but now he's speaking out. During an interview with Extra, Tim revealed why he removed himself from the Lightyear conversation. And Tim says, the short answer is, I've stayed out of it because it has nothing to do with my character. Tim told Extra. Go figure. He read the script apparently, and he noticed it's a totally different character. It has nothing to do with it. Remember, Toy Story was just that. It was a toy story. It was about toys. Somebody somewhere decided, yeah, you know what? Even though billions of people love this franchise, let's do something different with it. Let's just make it about the real person, as if anybody was asking for that, as if anybody was imagining that. But they decided to take a chance. Okay, depending on how you feel about that, you might respect that. But there are certain properties out there where you know what it is. You know what people expect. And contrary to popular belief, fan service is not necessarily a bad thing. I've said it before. It's like going to a hoe house and paying for a service and they give you what they want to give you. I'm sorry, if I paid for a blow, Joe, that's what I want. Don't give me a hand, Joe, okay? That's all I'm saying. I paid the money to service this fan, okay? You get the point. It might be a little bit raunchy, but you get the point. So, Tim originally thought they were creating a live action movie with real humans, adding, "What a fun movie that would be." But then he learned the team behind the first 4 Toy Story films was not even working on Lightyear. So they didn't even consult or deal with the people who were behind the success of the franchise that you're trying to rip off. Not a good move. He says, "There's really no Toy Story buzz without Woody," Tim said. "It's a wonderful story. It just doesn't seem to have any connection to the toy." And of course he's right. Now listen, guys. You know what? I'll save that for the end, okay? So it says here, Tim went on to mention that he always enjoys films with a major plot. There was always a big adventure in the middle of every Toy Story film. That's right. But he felt Lightyear lacked a big adventure. It just seemed kind of, I don't know, Tim said. There's no connection. I just wish there was a better connection to the toy. But that would go against what they were trying to do. They were trying to get away from the toy. They were trying to get away from what made this thing a huge success. To hear more from Tim, they put a video down here. And of course, I'm going to leave that link in the pinned comment below. So it says here, of course, if you saw Lightyear, tell us what you thought of the movie. And, you know, already the audience has spoken, you know what I mean? So the audience has already given this thing all types of thumbs down. And the thing about this is, right, is that they try to very weakly put up the shield that people were just turned off by the whole same-sex relationship that was in this movie. And of course, that is heavy-handed because when you really think about it, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of the appeal of the Toy Story franchise came from the theme of childhood innocence and how it's fleeting and how it goes away so fast. And all of us wish that we could hold on to the things that we love so much and that feeling, that magical feeling that so many of us have when we're children. You only get that one time. So the movie, the Toy Story franchise, to me, did a great job of capturing that feeling, you know, of how you only get to be this magical age and this magical child for a very short amount of time before life just takes you naturally into adulthood and other interests and things like that. So it seems to me that you didn't just try something different, but you went markedly against what the actual concept of Toy Story has been, that appeal when you take it into the real world once again, even though it is an animated feature, but still what they attempted to do was take it away from the toy aspect of it and the magical, being of childhood and made it more grounded. And of course, they wanted to put the same sex stuff in there as well. Once again, betraying the innocence of children. Why should children be made to see that in a franchise that's supposed to be about protecting their innocence? You know what I mean? So I give all types of respect for Tim Allen for realizing that's the direction that they were going in, and it was a mistake. I mean, they only had all of the fans out there telling them that it was a mistake, but this is what these people choose to do. And for my money, I said that it reminded me of something else. To me, this sounds very familiar. It sounds to me like Tim Allen is to this Lightyear movie as Mark Hamill should have been to the so-called sequel, what I call the Nyquil trilogy. Okay, and that goes for Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher too, and Billy D. Williams and Anthony Daniels and Peter Mayhew. They all deserved better than what they got because they thought they were getting involved in something that they loved and that they put their passion into, that had a great legacy and everything. But what ended up happening is that it was exploited. And they were taken away from what it should have been. So Mark Hamill tried, in much the same way that Tim Allen did, to say, this isn't the character that I know. He said Jake Skywalker is the only way that he could relate to the character that he was playing, as if it was something totally new. I wish that Mark Hamill had said the same thing that Tim Allen did. Look, this has nothing to do with my character. I wish Harrison Ford had said it. I wish Carrie Fisher had said it. I wish all of them had done that. These are not the characters that we know and that we love and that we have presented to our adoring fans for all of these generations. You know, this is what we all should be doing. You know, I know a lot of people say there should be no concept of gatekeeping, but I believe there are certain properties where you ask the audience to be invested in that world that you're creating. Okay, you know that you are creating a fan base that truly love what you have been presenting for all of these years. You know this. We all know this. So why would you betray that and then go on to insult those fans? You know, but that's what you see too much of these days. You know, when the fans tell you that, wait a minute, this isn't what we love. This isn't what we've been led to believe all of these years that it is. I said before, this is the magic of world building. You invite people to step into that world. You know what I mean? And then when they tell you this doesn't ring true, you go on to insult them. Doesn't work. Once again, and you see this with Lightyear, how long is this going to be before these Hollywood types and showbiz types understand? You just can't fuck around with your audience and take them for granted and just think, as long as I slap the name Lightyear on it, they're going to come. As long as I slap the name Star Wars or Star Trek or Doctor Who on it, then we'll just get these mindless fans, because that's the way they've always seen us. You know, that's how I know they are not of us, because we know these people. These are the same people that used to tease us back in the day. Oh, these Star Wars nerds, these geeks and everything. Now, because they're in a position of ownership, their disdain for us, their disrespect for us couldn't be more clear. All right, so it deserves to fail, and I'm glad that Lightyear failed, and much respect to Tim Allen for finally speaking out about this. You know, listen, it has nothing to do with my character, and so I'm not going to be dealing with it. You know, listen, take heed. More people need to do it. But anyway, guys, how do you feel about Tim Allen's comments? Do you believe that this is what happened? You know, with Lightyear, unfortunately, they weren't able to throw up that shield, you know, that they did with Rita! With Kenobi. You know what I'm saying? It didn't work with this, even though, you know, they could have done it. I mean, they had a gay, you know, love story going on. They had a black actress and everything, but, you know, it didn't work because they just tinkered with it way too much. But anyway, guys, get in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about this. As always, you can like, you can share, you can subscribe. Thank you for listening, guys. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.